Welcome to Adjust Your Mirrors, the #1 empowerment podcast show on the planet. Are you in need of motivation? Are you ready to take your personal and professional life to the next level? Then you've come to the right place. Adjust Your Mirrors. This is the podcast that's devoted to helping you see more clearly by making small adjustments. And now, here's your host, Reginald C. Allen.
Hey. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Adjust Your Mirrors. I am your host, Reginald C. Allen. Just thanking all of you for tuning in. Listen, second episode of the Adjust Your Mirrors podcast show being recorded in Phoenix, Arizona. Hot. Hey, you know what? Listen, let me be totally honest with everyone, because everyone has been emailing me and Facebook messaging me. Man, I know you're burning up down there. 109 degrees. You are crazy to move to Phoenix. But I have to be totally honest. The weather is totally different here. Totally. If you're following me on Facebook, I put a post up when we first got here, and I said, listen, 109 degrees in Phoenix is much more tolerable than 80-degree temperature in Atlanta, Georgia, or Monroe, Michigan. I know it sounds crazy. I know, but it's true. Heard about this dry heat for many years, and now that I'm here to experience it, I'm telling you, because there's hardly any humidity, it's totally different. So I'm here in Phoenix enjoying the weather, going swimming, just enjoying my family, just loving it. So look, let's get right into it, okay? Many episodes ago, I've talked about the metamorphosis between the caterpillar and the butterfly. We have to take the road where we have to submit to the process. Family, we will never be who we need to be if we continue to act like the person we used to be. Let's get on board. Let's say today, I am going to submit to the metamorphosis process so I can be the butterfly. Aren't you tired of being the caterpillar? Now listen, the caterpillar serves a purpose, but anything taking outside of its season too long, as I've said before, it's out of date. Bell bottoms at one time were fresh, were dope. You were dope if you were wearing bell bottoms back in the day. Oh man, look at those, you look nice. But if you wore those bell bottoms today, out of date, out of season, you look foolish. So, family, can't continue to be caterpillar your entire life. So let's go through this process, because we here at Adjust Your Mirrors podcast show, we're all about submitting. We're all about changing. We're all about developing. We are all about evolving. We don't want to be the same people day after day after day. No, we are submitting to the process. Someone say, submit to the process. All right. So check this out. Did a little research on the caterpillar, and I came up with some interesting facts. Did you know, family, that the caterpillar actually have 12 eyes, 6 on each side? You would think that the caterpillar would have an amazing view, an amazing perspective, right? They're crawling around and they're able to see everything. Wrong. Caterpillar, 12 eyes, 6 on each side. However, those eyes are only there to help the caterpillar make a distinction between light and dark. Now, where are you going with this, Mr. Reginald C. Allen? What does that have to do with me? Family, we must get to a point where we can see clearly. See, we can't continue to see things the way that we've always seen them. We can't see past our current situations because we can't see clearly. We have a distorted vision, like the caterpillar, distorted. Family, if we're going to submit to the metamorphosis process, the number one thing that we have to do is see clearly. What's that song? I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. Many of us can't see clearly. All we see is rain, right? At some point in our journey, we got to see clearly, right? And imagine, right? You're like the caterpillar. You're on the ground. Oh my God, all I can see. I see everyone else walking. You know what? I wish that I could walk like them instead of crawling on the ground. Not knowing the entire time you were designed to fly. Imagine that. You're on the ground crawling, looking at people walking, but you were designed to fly. But you can't see clearly because you have a distorted vision. Get your vision right, man, woman. Let's get our eye game together so we can start seeing things clearly. Stop looking at your current situation. Stop looking at it. No, I'm not telling you to avoid it. Some of us may have debt. Some of you may be going through a divorce. Whatever the problem is, look past it. Not telling you to avoid it, but understand, get your vision together. You have the ability to fly. Right now, you may be crawling. Right now, you may be, oh my gosh, you may be at the lowest of the low. But look past your situation. And if you're going to make this metamorphosis, one thing, I'm going to go back, right? Talk about the caterpillar. Caterpillar has the eyes, yet they can only make a distinction between light and dark. Caterpillar, they only probably feel comfortable being around other caterpillars. Family, at some point in your life, you can't continue to hang around the caterpillar. You can't continue to just want to hang around people that you've always known your entire life. I said maybe the second or third episode, the song that Drake had, No New Friends, No New Friends. That song is the wackest song ever because you should want to have new friends. New friends challenge you. New friends stretch you. Those are the type of people you want to hang around. Can't continue to hang around a caterpillar, right? Can't continue to crawl on the ground, wishing and praying and hoping that one day you could walk when you've been designed to fly. So let's get our eye game together. Let's start seeing clearly, okay? Did you know that the caterpillar has been called an eating machine? And they eat a lot because they must be able to consume enough in order to make the complete metamorphosis. But here's the problem, family. Here is the problem. Caterpillars eat. But I'm sure although they're eating, they have to be very mindful of what they eat, what they consume. You can't continue to consume everything if you desire to grow properly. Family, number 2, watch what you consume. What are you consuming? And here's the Bible man again. I know sometimes you guys say, oh my God, Reggie, you're the Bible man. But hey, that's my background, right? That's my foundation. So I'm going to have to give you a scripture. In the Bible, there's a passage in Mark that says, take heed to what you hear. In other words, be mindful of what you're consuming, man. You can't allow everything to get into your spirit. Can't continue to just eat and consume everything. Every new philosophy, every new motivational speaker, you can't keep consuming everything. Now, we can learn from everyone, right? But you can't continue to consume everything if you desire to grow properly. Listen to what you're hearing, man. Watch what you consume. Don't just consume everything. I'm very mindful of who I listen to. Very mindful of the books that I read. I'm not listening to just any and everyone. I'm not. Now, again, we can learn from any and everyone, but I'm not listening to it because I'm not allowing that to get in my spirit. So watch what you consume. You've been designed to make this metamorphosis. You've been designed not to crawl, not to walk. You've been designed to fly like the butterfly, right? You got to fly like the butterfly. And here's the last point I want to make, because we're going to make it. We're gonna make it after all. My uncle has a song. We are gonna make it. I don't care what tomorrow's gonna bring. Maybe sunshine, maybe rain. But one thing that I do know, if we go through this metamorphosis, if we allow ourselves to go through this process, we are going to make it. But you can't deny the process. Last point. Did you know, family, that the caterpillar has 6 working legs? Now, you may see more legs, but there are only 6 that work. But here's the point I want to make. The caterpillar has 6 working legs, the same as the butterfly. Check it out. Catch this. Caterpillar, 6 legs. Butterfly, 6 legs. What do I mean? Caterpillar has some of the same exact tools that the butterfly has. Family, you have some of the same exact tools that people who you respect have, but you're looking at other things. Some of the same exact gifts that they have, you have. You just have to connect to the power source. You're sitting there waiting and, man, I wish somebody would just, put me in the game. Look at them. They're more advanced than I am. No, they're not. No, they're not. They may have more resources, but guess what? There are other things that they have that you have as well. The only difference is they're using it and you're not. Family, stop looking, stop comparing, and understand this. The people that you are looking up to, some of them are operating with the same tools and resources that you have right now. But you have not activated your gifts. You have not activated the resources that you have. Now is the time, family. Listen, we can't continue to crawl. We can't continue to just walk. We can't continue to look at the world with a distorted vision. We have to look at the world with the vision that God has given us. I want you to see clearly. I want you to watch what you consume. Understand, you can't listen to everything. You can't watch everything. And also, more than anything, know this, God is not a respecter of person. The same exact tools that's in someone else that appears to have more than you have. The only difference is, family, they've activated those tools. They've activated those gifts. You haven't. But guess what? After listening to this episode, I know that you're about to activate it. As He-Man would say, I have the power. You have the power, family. Activate those gifts, activate those tools. Make sure that you get your eye game right so you can see clearly. And more than anything, you know what I'm about to say. Be empowered.
Thank you for listening to the Adjust Your Mirrors podcast with Reginald C. Allen. Be sure to visit the Adjust Your Mirrors private Facebook group and don't forget to follow Reginald on Twitter at Reginald C. Allen. Please remember, when you're listening on iTunes, leave us a 5-star rating review. Until next time, be empowered.